When we think about the game from then and now, how has it changed from your perspective?
Oh man, that's a good question.
That's a great question.
Well, I think certainly goaltenders not wearing helmets and taking pucks literally off the face, going back into the 30s, 40s, all 50s with wearing no helmet at all. Unbelievable.
I think it's probably a little less physical than it was when I first came in the league. Now there's a lot less clutching and grabbing, whereas when I came in the league, it was a big part of the game, was a lot of the holding and grabbing.
The amount of work that these girls put into their craft. If you watch the '98 Olympics compared to, now the '22 Olympics, the speed has increased, the intensity has increased, the skill.
I remember growing up watching highlights of the Michigan goal the first time it happened and thinking how crazy it is. And now it's like an average wraparound. Everything I would watch and everything I would see just kind of would make me want to replicate it and go down to the basement and try to learn how to do that.
I've noticed a lot of BIPOC voices being uplifted. I think that's super important. Listening to diverse voices is what's gonna drive the game forward.
My white friends, they would laugh and argue with the fact that, oh, black people don't play hockey. Then my black friends would say, hockey's the white boy sport. So here I am in the middle. I stopped actually playing hockey because I didn't feel like anybody showed any interest in helping me learn more about the game, so it just became a guilty pleasure. And it took me a lot of years before I stood up proudly and said, I'm a hockey fan, I love this game.
Jerome McGinley with the Calgary Flames, Fred Brathwaite, Sean Bell, Anthony Stewart, Nigel Dawes, those were just some of the names of the players that looked like me growing up. It's a sport that didn't have a lot of people that look like me.
I do not see myself represented growing up from the past to now. I see more diverse faces, but that doesn't necessarily mean all the progress that can be made is being made.
I think people are more inclusive in thought. I think people are more comfortable with the idea of different folks than, the traditional white cis straight man in men's hockey. But I don't think the behaviors and language have evolved as quickly as the thoughts.
After I'd lost my sight, I started realizing that I wasn't able to experience hockey the same way. So I had to find other ways and use other senses. We may not be able to see the logos that well on our jersey, or often even know which penalty box to get into if we get a penalty. But at the end of the day, what matters most is even if we play the game differently or see the game differently, the fact that we're playing and doing what we love to do, nothing beats that.
Hockey is being played in places where people wouldn't expect it. We've seen Black Girl Hockey Club have scholarship award winners because they offer a scholarship. One who's based in Kenya. If you live in Jamaica or if you live in Kenya or if you live in Pakistan and you fall in love with hockey, you fall in love with hockey.